Hari Om. Jai. Welcome to Satsang. We're going to start tonight with half an hour of the practice of Kirtan, which is a melodious call and response form of chanting. We're going to do several mantras tonight. We'll start with our opening shlokas, which are in the blue book. If you didn't get one, they should be on the table by the door. And we're going to chant all of the shlokas together on pages 9 through 11. And that's something that we'll do all together. And then we'll go into some call and response. The mantras that we're doing tonight are, the first one is Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Not Shivaya. Shivaya. The second one we're going to do is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And then we're going to finish with Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Gurudev. And so the practice of Kirtan, regardless of the mantra that we're chanting, is an opportunity for us to turn inward. So these mantras have all kinds of different beautiful meanings, beautiful significances, but all of them ultimately invite us to turn in towards the heart and come into that space. And even the things that the beings or the energies that we're chanting to, for example, when we're doing Hari Om Namah Shivaya, we're chanting to the all-auspicious one. But that one ultimately is inside of us. When we're chanting to Gurudev, the true teacher, the true master, ultimately that's inside of us. So it's a way to kind of explore and expand what our experience of our inner world is through music. So let's begin. Mokshamulam Guru Kripa Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya. 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 Shivaya, 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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya. 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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for the Kirtan today. It's quite a few of you today. I've never seen so many up there.
Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Oh, I see. The Yogi Tabernacle Choir.
Can I do names? Is that okay?
Sure.
So we have Nathaniel down at the end.
He was pretty quiet.
Aww.
No microphone.
Oh, that's...
And then we have Katrina and Reverend Surya on tabla. Sister Vani Chaitanya. Kali. My name is Lila Shakti Mayi. This is Sienna, Bharati, and Meenakshi Devi. Jai.
So are you staying up there?
We're gonna clear.
Okay, in the meantime, I'll talk with you all while they're getting down. So my name is Ram, and in behalf of Satchidananda Ashram Yogaville, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this evening live stream satsang, a gathering of seekers of spiritual truth. So we'll stand now to recite the prayers for world peace, which are on your yellow prayer sheet. And if you could stand for that. Oh, before that. No, I don't. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Are we lighting? Are we lighting the? Who's lighting the lights today? Could you do that? Thanks. Auspiciousness be unto all, perfect peace be unto all, fullness be unto all, prosperity be unto all, happiness be unto all, perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone, may all be free from suffering. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We'll be following with a video of Sri Swami Satchidananda, Sri Gurudev. He'll be speaking on Facing Test Part 2. That's because last week we watched Part 1, so just in case you... And let me see if... Yeah, that's it, Facing Test Part 2.
And what is the visible God in our life? God is not somebody who go and get him. Peace is your God. Supreme harmony, supreme peace, supreme joy. Without the opposite. Keep that as your goal. Nothing should take my peace away. I am ready to give up anything and everything if they are going to come and interfere with my peace. Peace is my priority. And if we have that as a goal, of course, test will come. Are you really living up to that priority? It won't come that easily. Test will come. If you pass the test, if you face it and pass it, if you prove that, yes, that is it, I don't worry about anything else, no matter what happens. And if that peace is satisfied with you, and if it is proved that you will never forsake your peace for anything in life, then everything likes to be with a peaceful person. Nobody wants to go and live with a restless fellow. Even money, hey, he seems to be a very peaceful man. He will not misuse me. I'll better go and stay with him. Name will come, fame will come, beauty will come. If you have all peace, there need not be any wrinkles on your face. Because every sadness creates one wrinkle. A depression. Wrinkle is nothing but a depression. A depression in the mind causes a depression in the skin. So peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Peace is our goal. A peaceful man has everything. A peaceless man has nothing, even he seems to be having everything. And the same point is presented in a sort of simple proverb that we use. Contentment is what? Golden. You don't have to go to the west or east for gold. There's no need to rush for gold. The simplest way to make gold or to find gold is to stay contented. I am contented with what I am given. And that's peace. A contented mind will always have peace. Like the other day, I gave you the example of two saints who were contented with their partners. Eknath went and told Panduranga, Panduranga, I am so contented with my partner. You gave her to me and she is such a sweet, sweet, sweet person. She helps me in everything. She inspires me to worship you. Thank God. Thank you for giving me such a wonderful partner. I'm contented. Another saint, I think Tukaram, Eknath and Tukaram. Tukaram went and said, God, I'm so contented with the partner that you gave me. It's very kind of you to have given me a partner like this. It's because of her I'm constantly thinking of you. If you haven't given me that kind of terrible monster, I would be falling at her feet constantly. Oh, honey, 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 honey. I won't even bother about you. She is the one who is pushing me towards you. Oh, how kind you are. So, it all depends upon how you take it. If you take it as a blessing, a good wife, a good husband is a blessing. A terrible husband or a terrible wife is also another blessing, if you know how to use it. And that capacity comes with your total faith in God. And not to lose your peace in the name of anything. That's what. A seeker, every seeker should remember this truth. Then his seeking brings result quickly. It's not just a mere philosophy to be read and forgotten. It is to be applied in our life. Contentment. வேண்டாமை என்ன வெளிச்செல்லும் ஈண்டில்லை. Tirukkural says, there's no greater wealth than saying, I don't want. வேண்டாமை என்ன வெளிச்செல்வம் ஈண்டில்லை. There's no greater wealth than you saying, I don't want anything. And they were all experienced advisors. So now I know you won't even be wanting me to answer your questions. That will disturb your peace if I don't, no? All right, I'll use a few minutes, 10 minutes probably. Okay, Maji? At least one. Feel a little. Although I attempt to surrender my will and ask for guidance to do thy will, I am never sure whether I am following God's will or my own ego's will. Could you please help me with this dilemma? It doesn't matter whether it is your God's will or your ego's will, as long as your ego will guides you to surrender to God, why not? Ego will never allow you to surrender your will to anybody else. Ego will want you to surrender to its will. But if ego can guide you to surrender to God, it's a good ego, clean, pure ego. So, no problem. That's what, as Gurudev Shivanandaji says, it doesn't matter who pounds. All you are interested is in getting rice. You know, pounding the rice, it doesn't matter whether the A or B or C. You are getting what you want. So, if you are interested in surrendering to God, it doesn't matter whether somebody else's ego tells you or your own ego tells you. It doesn't matter. Make use of it. And such an ego should be a healthy ego. Mm-hmm.
If they feel that they've surrendered to God, still they're not confident that they're doing God's will. After they still may have a doubt whether they're.
If you have a doubt, then you have not surrendered completely. Okay? If the surrendering is complete, no need for any doubt. You don't even question. When you have doubt about it, your surrendering itself is not complete. I have taken tranquilizer and sleeping pills for years and have been off them for a long time. But I still feel the drugs and still feel the drugs are still there. Can these drugs stay trapped in the tissues for years? And what is the best way to completely get rid of it? Please pray for me. Please don't mention my name. Love, thanks. Oh, Can the spiritual energy burn away the drugs? Very true. Just this noon at the lunchtime, I was telling the friends who were there, along with Dr. Currency. He seemed to have felt, in a sense, if a drug can give you a little experience as a sample, you get the taste of it, and then why don't you get it in the right direction, right way? He was just, in a way, saying it's all right to have once and to get a sample of that experience. He was not saying that it's good or to be done, but he was just asking me, can that be done that way? I say, even there, no. Why? Because an experience induced by a drug cannot remain there like that. And even if it gives you a little experience, the drug leaves its trace in the system. I told them, there are some people here who took drugs, LSD, some 20 years back, and even now, occasionally they get that hallucination. It is still affecting their health. It is still affecting their other treatments. When they want to take some other medicine, this interferes. It is still in the tissue. But the question here is there any way of getting rid of it? Yes. The only way is not by another drug, but by burning it out, mainly by asana, pranayama, 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 pranayama. Put lot of prana into the system. Prayer, pranayama. Let that oxygenated air go and burn out all. Has it ever been proved? Yes, in many cases. I won't give the names. A gentleman, a few months back, or probably a year back, came from California, drenched in heroin. He stayed here for some time. He used to practice asana pranayama off and on, but he couldn't do it by himself there. He used to contact me, communicate with me. I advised him, but he tried his best, but he couldn't. So I asked him, leave everything, come over here, stay here. He stayed about only less than a month, I should say. And now he is completely free from that. He's a great sculptor. He's making a lot of money. And he is so happy. He has a nice partner in life. He's a heroin addict. There are a number of cases like that. They don't have to be always in the tissue. But you have to do things to burn it out completely. Asana, pranayama, prayer. Asana, physical body. Pranayama, vital body. Prayer, mental body. And diet also. If at least all these four things followed strictly, any kind of drug addiction or any kind of addiction, even addiction of overeating, things like that, could be cleared out completely from the system. There's no doubt about it. It's being proved. But unfortunately, people have to have that tenacity. Many people want the doctors to do everything for them. If the doctor recommends you, isn't it better, you better fast once a week? Doctor, I can pay you $1,000. Can you do it for me? You fast once a week for me. Let me get well. That's a terrible thing. We want doctors to do everything. We don't want to do anything ourselves. We created the problem. We have to do it to get rid of it. And nothing is impossible. There's no impossible cure for anything. No. Even when you accept it as an impossible, it is an incurable, that itself is enough to make it worse. But the moment you think, no, it is curable, I'm going to do it, half the disease is gone already. Your hope. There are wonderful people who have achieved that, even in and around us. To me, they are the living proof of yoga. Yoga brings its glory through their lives. And it gives confidence to others. When we pray, may the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light, what do we mean? It's mean if you don't mean. Is this possible for this to occur at one point in time? We didn't say at one point. It doesn't have to be simultaneously, no. But at some point in everybody's life, this will happen. That is positive. One day, even the half-finished car will be finished and come to the showroom, but not necessarily at the same time. If you're all going to be filled with peace and joy, love and light, I might lose my job. You don't need me, don't need the ashram. You know how many people will be jobless, unemployed? World is not made that way. It rains. It doesn't rain all over the world at the same time. Still there are drought in some parts. So you keep spreading it. All those who are ready to receive it will receive it and grow. Others will still be there, like sun shining. Would you say as soon as the morning sun comes up, everybody will receive the light? No. Some people never receive the light until 12 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon because they sleep till 2 o'clock. All the windows closed, curtains closed. Yeah. That should not stop you from wishing well. Last night you talked about being temple manager in 1927. Does that mean you were responsible for overseeing 96 people at the age of 13 years? Well, fortunately, none of those 96 people needed any overseeing. They were all doing their job well themselves. They didn't wait for an overseer. But simply, then why an overseer? Simply for them to know that there is somebody to oversee them. If you just do your part of the duty, you don't have to worry about it. You can easily, not only 96,000 people you can oversee. If everybody is diligent and responsible in their jobs. And those people were serving in that temple even before I walked in. Since sometimes generations, father to the son, son to the son, son to the son, like that. So they know what they were doing. My overseeing is, in a way, learning from seeing them. So I never had any problem with that. Wonderful, wonderful. That's really, I have to answer this question. I'm filled with anger at God for so many things, including the way my parents were hurtful to me. I don't know how to get rid of this anger, except through prayer. But I'm impatient, and I wish for relief now, 3 times underlined. How may I get rid of this awful anger? Thank you for all the blessings which you showed us. I wish that my awareness of this blessing would dissolve the anger, but it hasn't done that so far. Keep working. Remember, if you realize that by your anger you are not going to achieve anything, unfortunately, even if you don't achieve anything by your anger, you achieve problems, physical, mental problems. Your own anger will affect your body and mind. I won't call that an achievement. See, it's not helping you, it is hurting you, your own anger. Yes, parents might have hurt you. Friends might hurt you. What's the point of having developing anger over them? No. Think that probably they don't know anything better. Not that all of them are saints. If they knew how to behave better, they wouldn't have done that. Reminds me of Jesus' words. They don't know anything better than what they are doing now. Think that way. They are ignorant, innocent. That's all they can do. Pray for them. Let them learn to behave better, be better parents, at least in the future life. Forgive them and forget it. It's for your own benefit. Mere prayer means this is the prayer. Lord, let me forgive them, let me forget them. Because they didn't know any better. They would not have done consciously anything to hurt me. That's all they knew. So please, make them better people. Give them better understanding. Pray for them. And pray for you. And root out this anger as soon as you can. If you really get these words reach your heart right now, your anger should be leaving you. I'm positive about it. And I pray for you too. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
What a great satsang, huh? A lot of topics. Now it's a real pleasure for me to introduce our presenter this evening. It's Swami Vidyananda. She became a Swami in 1983 and served as the director of the Montreal Integral Yoga Institute for several years, teaching classes in both English and French. She has taught and trained yoga teachers throughout the US, Canada, Australia, Europe, and India. And for over a decade, she traveled with Sri Swami Satchidananda, Sri Gurudev, serving as his translator into French in Zinal, Switzerland, and other venues. She has also developed and continues to teach Integral Yoga Stress Management Teacher Training. And she's also the director of the Yoga Therapy Training Program and founded the Integral Yoga Teachers Association. And you'll see she's a dynamic speaker. Just like Sri Gurudev, you can't stop listening. She will talk to us this evening on yoga tools for stress management. Please join me in welcoming Swami Vidyananda.
Turn on mic. Set up computer. Hariom Tat Sat. Hariom and Hariom. We are testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hariom Tat Sat. So tonight, the video department and I are having some serious fun because I'm doing a PowerPoint, and we're trying a new way of doing the PowerPoint. So if it's a little glitchy, bear with us while we work out the new technique we're using. So when I want them, they are controlling the slides. When I want them to advance, I will say Om, and that means advance the slide. All right, I am ready if you are. And I'm probably going to start and we'll see, oh, yay, there we are. Okay, Om. All right. You have your own experience of stress, do you not? I hope you don't. But chances are some of you experience some stress from time to time in your life. For many people, stress is a morass. It's just all around them. It's sticky. They're stuck in the middle of it, and they don't know the component parts in a way that allows them to get a handle on their day in, day out stress. So we're going to look a little bit tonight at what is stress, how it works, and how yoga can help you to handle your stress. Om. So anything that causes stress is called a stressor, all right? Stress is an ancient protective device built into this system and the system of every living sentient being. They all experience stress to try to get away from danger. So a stressor is whatever it is that causes you stress, right? So that's the first thing to know. The cause of your stress is called a stressor, Om. And the stressor will make you go into a cycle. And the cycle goes like this. In the ancient times in which this system was particularly useful, we lived in the jungles. And if a tiger jumped out, you would have an immediate response of a perception of danger. That is to say, your mind would say, oh no, this is dangerous to me. So stress begins in the mind. Now, is that really true, that stress begins in the mind? So let's say you were taking a nap in the forest and a tiger walked by you. Would you experience the stress response? You would not. If you were sound asleep, you wouldn't experience the stress response, even if the danger was right there, until your consciousness was connected to your discriminative faculty, to your mind, right? The body won't pick it up by itself. It has to be attached to the mind, and the mind registers the danger, and then it activates your emotions. You feel afraid. Oh no, this tiger's going to eat me. And you breathe different. You're going to gasp in air. And all these physiological reactions take place. And it happens so fast, these things, that it all seems to be just one reaction. The physiological responses, there are a lot of them. You can look them up. But a couple are your heart pumps really fast. The blood starts pumping fast so that you have more energy to fight or run away. And it diverts the blood away from digestion and reproduction and into the big muscles of the arms and the legs. Why is that? So that you can behave in a way that will save your life. The behaviors, the classic behaviors, are fight or flight. You're either going to pick up something and beat the tiger off, fight with it, or you're going to run away as fast as you can. If you can't do either of those, you might freeze and hope it doesn't notice you. So fight, flight, freeze, but mostly fight or flight is what we're being mobilized for in the stress response. So you have the stressor, which is the tiger. You have the stress response, and that mobilizes you to behave, to act in a way that will save your life. The behaviors in this case would be fight or run away. Does that make sense? When you're safe, like for example, they've observed that if an impala escapes from a predator in the forest and it knows it's safe, it'll go off in the bush and it'll shake vigorously for about a minute and then it rests. So it discharges from its body, that it shakes in order to discharge that wound up feeling, and then it rests. And when it rests, it comes back to the original state, which is peace. So it's a cycle. The cycle starts and ends with a sort of inner peace and goes through this whole pattern. Om. Now there are two kinds of stressors, right? Om. You have Om, external stressors, like many people have. They work in a situation where there's pressure on them to accomplish things that they don't feel they can accomplish. And the boss may call you and say, I need this by 4 o'clock, and you already had enough work to last you until noon tomorrow, but suddenly you have to get that done plus this urgent deadline. Well, that's an external stressor, but in that case, the behaviors of fighting or flighting might not be the right reaction. If you punch your boss out, you probably will not be able to feed your kids for long. If you run screaming out of the room, ditto. So you're all revved up to fight or run away with nothing to do with that energy. So that is when many of us get into maladaptive behaviors. So Om, you have external stressors, and they can lead to internal stressors. Like if you can't act on whatever is stressing you out, you start to develop internal stressors. You worry about the situation. Can I get this done by 4 o'clock in time for the boss? You feel frustration that you're stuck in the office with this boss there. You feel anxiety, you feel helpless, right? Does that sound familiar? Those are internal stressors. And they also, let's say you're not in any real physical danger. Those will trigger the stress response also. Those are called internal stressors. If you're lying in bed, you know this. You're lying in bed at night, all of a sudden you think of the news, and boom, there you are. You're all revved up. You can't get to sleep. Is that not so? What triggered that? Are you in immediate physical danger? No, you're not. But something in the outside triggered this internal stressor, and there you are, having this physiological response of being too revved up to get to sleep. So that's where yoga practices can come in. Instead of having maladaptive behaviors or reactions to the stressors in your life, yoga teaches us other behaviors that you can choose in order to respond to a situation instead of react to a situation. In other words, instead of a knee-jerk reaction, you're going to choose, okay, I'm going to do this instead. And all these different practices are designed to complete the cycle and bring you back to balance. So that's what we're going to go through now, is what are these wonderful tools of yoga that are designed to help you intervene in the stress cycle and get back to balance. Sound good? All right. Om. So yoga practices are resilient behaviors designed to help you heal, cope, and prevent future stress. So these practices heal the reaction to past stress. If you've been stressed for a long time, that can lead to chronic illness. Remember I said your heart pumps a lot harder when you're stressed? If you've been chronically stressed for a long time, your heart will start to develop problems, right? So you want to be able to heal from the effects of past stress that went on for a long time. These practices help you to cope with stress in the present moment. They'll help you to cut through the physiological, emotional, and psychological response to stress right now, and they build up resiliency so that when you're faced with stress in the future, you're less likely to respond in a maladaptive way. Yay, yoga! We love this. So it really works on the whole continuum of stress. Om. All right, today, this afternoon, in the yoga therapy program, we had 27 students who finished their 650 hours of training. And now they have to do 150 hours of working with clients. And at the end, they have to tell us about a client they worked with for over 20 hours doing yoga therapy. Yoga therapy is, for example, you're here at the ashram, you probably took a hatha yoga class today, right? You got down on the floor, you did your stretching, et cetera, et cetera. And yoga therapy is designed to work with people who can't access the normal practices of yoga by going to a regular class because they're either too physically infirm, they have injuries, or they need help figuring out which yoga philosophies would help them with their internal stressors. That whole video, Swami Satchidananda, that's my mentor doing yoga therapy with all of us. That's what he did. Every Saturday night, We would come in, write down our problems, and he would respond question after question after question. That is yoga therapy in action. That's how we learned it. That's how we learned to teach these students. He's the master, the absolute master at it. So as we went to him, now we are teaching students to take these practices and go out and use them. So the person who is presenting this afternoon had a client who had esophageal cancer. So the esophagus, the tube that goes from your mouth to your stomach, carrying the food down, and he had cancer. And in order to operate and remove the cancer, they cut out the esophagus, the part in the middle, and they cut the stomach in half and take half the stomach and replace the tube that they had to cut out. So you're left with this teeny tiny little stomach. Can you imagine the amount of problems? You've also lost the musculature that helps you with swallowing. No, it's a very big deal. You're alive, that's good, but it's a huge adjustment, right? So this particular client, after 2 years after surgery, had a lot of pain, particularly at the incision point. They went in through the back. There are 3 incision points, and a big one is in the back, the upper back. And after 2 years post-surgery, he had intense pain, level 7 out of 10. That's a lot of pain on a regular basis at the incision point in his back. So the doctor told him that was his new normal. He had to expect to live the rest of his life with level 7 of pain in his back. He also lost his job because of all that he went through with the cancer. So he had all these financial worries, and as a result, he had very high stress. So he came to yoga therapy for however it could help him. He had no experience with yoga, 0 experience. His wife did. He had never done yoga, right? So we're talking about somebody brand new to yoga who started working with our intern, Om. So after, I'm just going to cut to the end. After 6 months, he started from 0. These are the charts. When you're working with a yoga therapy client, you want to be able to show them if it worked or not. So you do these tests when they come in. One of the things you test is their stress level. That's because if somebody's really ill, stress probably contributed to the cause of the illness, but the illness itself is very stressful. So you know they're going to have some kind of stress high, and they're going to have some kind of pain, right? So usually, no matter what other testing we would do, we would test their pain level, we would test their stress level. So, go back to the chart, please. Thank you. This is working very well, Sri Alejandro. Thank you so much. And Jeremy, our noble team. So you see this on the left. His stress level when he started was at the top of the chart. He was really stressed out. 6 months later, the dark orange, down in the normal stress level zone. Anxiety, pretty, a good amount of anxiety. It's way down. Depression, when he started, also in the mid-range, way down. So after 6 months of doing integral yoga, already his stress level had decreased. But look at his pain level. It started off at level 7, and the doctor told him that would last the rest of his life. After 6 months, it was down to a level 2. A level 2. Pretty impressive, no? Yeah, pretty impressive. So you do not have to work with a yoga therapist. You can learn these teachings and do it for yourself. And that's what we're here to tell you tonight. I'm not saying you should get a yoga therapist. No, do it for yourself. Call us if you need help. But you're able to do this on yourself. Om. So how does yoga therapy work for stress reduction? That's what we're looking at tonight. Om. I love this slide. Stress begins in the mind but it winds up in the body. So look at these poor health care clinicians. Do you think they're stressed looking at this photo? Yes, we think they are. We don't see their mind except through the body. We don't see their thought processes or their emotions, but boy, can you tell how they feel? Yes, you can. Because whatever's going on in their mind, and we know our healthcare system is in serious trouble, and let's pretend this happened, for example, during the pandemic. I mean, it was just so hard. We lost so many clinicians due to the stress that happened during COVID. They were not trained to cope with that level of stress. So much suicide, so many. If you've tried to get a new primary care doctor, yeah, good luck in the years since the pandemic. Is that not so? So stress begins in the mind, winds up in the body. Where does yoga want to begin working on your stress? The mind or the body? Trick question. Om. Stress begins in the mind and winds up in the body. Yoga starts with the body and works its way back through all the layers of your being to work on the mind and the emotions. One of the questions tonight, Gurudev was asked about the drugs that were remaining in the tissues of the body. And he said, do asana, pranayama, and prayer. Asana, pranayama, and prayer. And he said it again and again. And he said, pranayama, 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 right? And then at one point he said, asana works with the physical body. Like you're literally massaging the tissues to increase the circulation, to get all that junk out of the body. The pranayama works with increasing the oxygen level, which, as we know, is going to help detox the blood. You breathe out toxins all the time. Every exhalation, you're breathing out toxin. Deeper the exhalation, more toxicity out of the body. And prayer works on the emotional body, what in yoga you would call the emotional body. It connects you to a higher power, lowers your stress by feeling I am being taken care of. And that lower stress helps you detox also, because if you're all tensed up, you tend to be, you get inflammation from tension itself, right? So never underestimate how you have to work through all the different layers. That's the essence of integral yoga, is you're working through the different layers to get back to the mind. But the easiest place to start is with the body. And Gurudev said diet. Once he said to Dr. Amrita McClanahan, all yoga therapy should begin with diet, with cleaning up the diet, because especially for stress, you can be consuming, like we get really stressed. Take the woman at the office and the boss is screaming at her. She's going to probably want more energy, so she's going to drink coffee. And that amps the system up, but then a couple of hours later, it will crash again. So she'll drink more coffee and crash again, drink more, crash again. And at the end of the day, she goes home and she can't sleep because she's had so much coffee, and she wakes up the next morning tired, and what does she do? She drinks coffee, right? So that's a maladaptive behavior for that particular situation. A yogi would do Bhastrika, for example, rapid diaphragmatic breathing to get the energy up. Drink something with vitamin B in it, right? There are different ways of not taking in toxic, cleaning up your diet, not eating sugar. There are all kinds of things that increase your stress if you consume them, and you can look them up online. But that's just to say that the body is the field in which all the other reactions take place. That's the easiest place to get a hold of. That's where yoga starts. So one of the things that we recommend for stress management is to learn some chair poses. Because if you're stressed at your office, You're not going to be able to change your clothes, roll out your yoga mat, get down on all fours, do half an hour of poses, right? You can't do that. You have to know how to do them in your chair. And so one of the things that we teach when we teach stress management, yoga stress management, is chair poses. The floor poses are excellent for reducing stress, but not at the moment you tend to need it, right? Therefore, healing past stress and building resilience for future. But if you stretch in the middle of the day when you're feeling stressed out, that really helps to cut through the physiological response to stress. Om. There is a famous paradigm, which is deep breathing is physiologically incompatible with the state of stress arousal. Deep breathing is physiologically incompatible with the state of stress arousal. When you are stressed, you tend to be breathing with these parts of the lungs up here, right? Because that's what you use when you sprint. So if you're going to run away from a predator, you'll be breathing up here. Deep breathing calms you down, physiologically calms you down. So your most portable form of stress management is deep breathing. Doesn't cost anything. Nobody needs to know you're doing it. You can do it right when your boss is yelling at you and cut through the physiological response to stress. Om. So a really quick stress buster is to stretch, breathe deeply, and focus on how it feels. Those three elements: stretch, breathe deeply, and focus on how it feels. And years ago, I read this quote in a yoga magazine. It was from Dr. Jeff Migdow, and he works with Kripalu Yoga Center. And he said 30 seconds of stretching, deep breathing, and noticing how it feels is enough to start to cut through the physiological response to stress. 30 seconds. Now, that's based on his clinical observation. That's not based on a study. But as a longtime medical doctor and yoga teacher, he told people, just do 30 seconds, and they would report back to him, yeah, it really works, it really helps. Now, we tend to say 30 seconds to 1 or 2 minutes, like go to the toilet, do a stress management break. So we call it toilet yoga. Yeah, doesn't have to be long. It helps if you've done a longer session at some point during the day, either the morning or the evening. But if you have that habit built into your system of calming down through yoga, you can get back to that state with some very quick, brief, little stress buster stretches. Om. Now here's an interesting one. In an integral yoga hatha class, we would go through hatha yoga, then we would do deep relaxation. And in deep relaxation, integral yoga deep relaxation, we have a formula. You tense and release the parts of the body. Then you do this body scan where mentally you go through and tell the different parts to relax. If you look at the integral yoga hatha video of Swami Satchidananda teaching yoga, which is free online on our website, in the first savasana, when he lies them down after Surya Namaskaram and has them relax, he tells them, go through the body, head to toe or toe to head, and tell the parts to relax. And then he says, every cell in your body is under your conscious control if you choose to exercise your mental mastery. Every cell in your body, he says it once, I'm repeating, every cell in your body is under your conscious control if you choose to exercise your mental mastery. Isn't that inspiring? So then we relax the breath, which is the pranamaya kosha, the energy level. Then we watch the thoughts and let go of them, and that relaxes the emotional and psychological part of us. And then we experience this peace. And you may have felt that in your Integral Yoga Hatha class, that you got back to this state of peace. That's who you really are. That peace is always within you, but it's hidden by the disruption in the intellect, the emotions, the energy, and the physical body. So that's a formula for getting back to it. Om. Now this is a quote that I wanted to tell you. This I just heard this afternoon. The yoga therapist working with this client who had esophageal cancer, in the first session he taught him almost nothing. They were just going through an intake, but he gave him a deep relaxation, and the guy liked it. So every week he would do deep relaxation. And at one point he said to him, so please tell me what you're experiencing with the deep relaxation. And he said, that's the most dramatic. When I first lie down, my back really hurts right on the incision point, right where they cut into him to remove his esophagus. But the more we go through each part of the body, then the pain goes away. It's amazing. It's faster than any drug I've ever taken. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that, I mean, who knew? Deep relaxation. This guy's at a 0.7. They do deep relaxation. While they do the body scan, the pain is going down and down. And it works faster than any drug he's ever taken. Now, this is something that our yoga therapists have experienced again and again. And it's not always the same thing. It doesn't always get the same result. But it's amazing how many of their clients say, this relaxation thing really is getting me to whatever their goal is in yoga therapy. Reducing stress, not fighting so much with their spouse, whatever the heck it is. Deep relaxation seems to be a key point. Why do I say that? You don't want to just be stretching and not doing that deep relaxation. And I'm a deep relaxation recording junkie. I have these different tapes, very short, medium, long, ones that go through the body scan again and again. Because you need different things at different times, and you have different amount of time. But if I'm really stressed and it comes time for noon meditation, don't tell anybody. I go back to my room and I listen to a deep relaxation tape. Because if I sit for noon meditation, my mind will go, but if I lie down and I listen to a tape, if I lie down and just lie there, my mind will go, but if I listen to the tape, then I'll get back to that place where I can deeply relax and the healing takes place. So never underestimate the power of deep relaxation. Om. So remember Swami Satchidananda said, asana, pranayama, prayer, asana, pranayama, prayer, asana, pranayama, prayer, to get rid of the drugs in the body. Prayer is a part of Bhakti Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga is designed to work on your emotions, to lift up the emotions. And it works through all the practices of Bhakti Yoga. They are faith in God, ritual, devotion, prayer, love, chanting, right? And I'm going to give you a quote. This is from a famous researcher who wrote the book, Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. And he's a researcher at Stanford, and right now, Sapolsky is his name. And he said, in his research on stress and the stress response, the most effective form of stress reduction is faith in the loving God who gives you something, whatever that loving God gives you is for your highest good. That's the highest form of stress reduction. Faith in a loving God, and that whatever that God gives you is for your highest good. Now, why is that so impressive? Because Robert Sapolsky himself is an atheist. He does not believe in God. But his research, he has to tell the truth, that his research told him that's the best, most effective form of stress reduction is faith in a higher power that is giving you whatever your need for your highest good. So, yeah. Om. I watched a video of Deepak Chopra last week, and he said one of the best techniques of stress reduction is meditation. Now, if you're really stressed out, how easy is it to sit down and calm your mind? You tell me. Yeah, thumbs down, right? Not that easy. Interestingly enough, well, I would say a few things. Meditation is a preventive. When you meditate, you learn your own patterns, built-in patterns of stress and trauma response. When you see them clearly and the numbers, they run on you all the time, you're not really in danger right now, but your mind is telling you you are, and you're reacting as if you are, you start to step back and become the witness, right? You start to move into a mindful state where it just does not affect you as much. Your own mind does not have as much power over you. So when you're really stressed, there are a lot of different techniques you can use for meditation. If you're interested in this, I spoke on this about 3 weeks ago at Satsang. Just go look at the tape. Sorry, I prepared way more than I can possibly do. But Deepak Chopra said, try for twice a day, 15 minutes, and that will really help you build up resilience for stress. And of course, you want to meditate when you're not stressed out, if you have those moments in your life, because that's when you build up this inner witnessing, peaceful part of yourself that you can get in touch with much more easily when stress rears its ugly head. Om. So this yoga therapist I've been talking about asked the client, after he'd been doing it for a while, what benefits he felt from breathing, a faith-based affirmation that he had, and meditation. And the client replied, when I do them, I don't worry about my finances as much as I used to. This is a guy who's out of a job. He's 64 years old. He has a family. So that's a pretty amazing statement, right? So the point is that the inner practices of yoga, like the philosophy, they work on the mental reaction to stress. The physical practices, hatha, pranayama, deep relaxation, they're more effective for working on the physical. This is based on research, right? That the physical practices cut through the physiological response to stress, and the mental emotional practices of yoga cut through the mental and emotional response to stress. That's those inner stressors. That's how you really do deep work on them. But research has shown which is better, the physical or the mental, that a combined approach, that you have the physical, the emotional, the mental, right, the devotional, that's the best of all. That's the integral yoga. That's the integral yoga approach to stress reduction. Well, I'm about halfway through my slides and my time is up. I hope you know these practices, you've been getting them, that's why you came here. Take them home, use them regularly, take them out of your pocket when you need them. And I wish you tremendous relief from stress and suffering. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Alejandro and Jeremy. That went really well.
Thank you, Vidyananda. You'll have to come next week to finish your talk. But that was wonderful. I'm not stressed now. Okay. I have a few announcements. Live stream events and satsangs are available at vimeo.com/Yogaville. Passover Seder is on Sunday, April 13th at 5:30 p.m. And Easter service is Sunday, April 20th at 11 a.m. So we'll now have an offering of the light, which is called Arati. And the offering of the light will be accompanied by a Jyoti chant, which describes the way the light expresses itself in this world. So a small candle light symbolizing the divine light within each of us is offered to a larger light on the stage, which represents, we won't see it today, so it'll be to the side here. Finally, the light is offered to you and our live streamers. Then you may extend your hands and draw the light in towards you as a blessing. So please stand for the Arati and join in the Jyoti chant, followed by closing prayers and prasad. And then George will say a few things. So the Jyoti chants are also in these yellow sheets. Jyoti 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 Swayam Jyoti 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 Param Jyoti 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 Aru Jyoti 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 Shivam Mama Jyoti Soma Jyoti Vata Jyoti Nala Jyoti Aha Jyoti Yoga Jyoti Vata Jyoti Nala Jyoti Hema Jyoti Vyoma Jyoti Eru Jyoti Viru Jyoti Eka Jyoti Eka Jyoti 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 Light of life of self-effulgence, light of absoluteness, light of gracefulness, light of auspiciousness, light of Shiva, light of moon, light divine, light of wisdom, light of heaven, light of yoga, light of wind, light of thought, light delight, light of water, rising light, vital light, the only light, the only light, give us light, oh light, oh light. You may sit. We'll have closing prayers now, also in your yellow sheet. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from unreal to real. Lead us from darkness to the light. Lead us from the fear of death to knowledge of immortality. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May God protect us, grant us wisdom's fruit. May we gain energy to know the truth. May our intellects grow clear and bright. May we cherish no feeling toward anyone. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. May the light of truth overcome all darkness. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki. Now I'd like to invite George Cortesi. He has a special announcement for us.
Thank you. I'm touched, and I've been touched a lot lately. The outpouring of affection, concern has moved me, and it's made me think that some of the work that I've been prompted to do by being here is taking effect. I came here, I'd been under pressure for a long time. A lot of you know the story. The people that don't, everybody knows the story. And I made some mistakes. I made some mistakes. I was rough around the edges. The first thing I want to say is anybody that I may have offended unnecessarily or unjustifiably, I apologize. The biggest mistake I made was that the pressure that I was under, because I hadn't surrendered to it. I was never going to surrender to it. It might kill me, but I ain't going to surrender to it. But the mistake was that in thinking I hadn't surrendered to it, I hadn't succumbed to it. And I had been succumbing to it by degrees for a long time until my perception of things was off. And that caused me to maladapt, misbehave. The word you were using, I just heard it, I can't remember now, it was perfectly appropriate. But I say thank God for Yogaville, because I think God wanted to put me here. Lord knows I needed the refuge, and I certainly didn't know you were here, and I found it just when I needed it. And it gave me that refuge. My enemies couldn't have figured this in, because the noose was tightening where I was, and my health was going. Doctors weren't helping me. Some of them were even making me worse. That didn't do my mental state any good or my emotional response. It's not an excuse. It's just a reason. So people must know by now that I'm going to be moving. I found a nice subsidized living situation in Virginia Beach. Anybody comes out to Virginia Beach, I'm in the book. You want to go for lunch? Let's do that. I'm looking forward to getting back to swimming, try and restore my health as best I can. But what I really want to say is, please excuse me what you have. Thank you for that. And thank you for giving me this place, not just as a refuge, but a refuge that helped push me in the right direction to work on myself, to realize my errors. I'm still trying to accept my flaws, but I'm starting to realize them, whereas before I didn't even see them or see them as flaws. So thank God for Yogaville. Thank you all for allowing me the time and capacity to even be here tonight. People clapped to see me come up. I was coming from a place where people are getting ready to throw rocks at me. and now people are clapping. So something changed, and things went the way it was supposed to. And I'm realizing that mistake, that surrendering and succumbing are two different things. But I'm coming out of that. And thank you all. Thank you. God bless you, and thank you all. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, George. Let's do 3 Triambakam mantras for the safety and welfare of George in his next path in his life. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamrutat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamrutat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamrutat Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. The entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki. Jai George. Is there prasad? No. No? Okay. Okay, next, we'll, if you could help us put away the chairs, they go in that corner over there. Yeah, oh,